What's
Yeah,
up, y'all? Lunchbox here from Be For Real.
Andrew here with y'all also from Doing Beat Things.
What's happening? um, yeah, we figured we'd make a little video here today.
Yeah.
A little bit different speed,
Oh yeah.
not go live with this right quick, and yeah, make a video. Um,
No
pause.
inspections, nothing. Just go and explain a few things that happened in the past couple of videos that we come across and might have done. So
Yeah,
and where we gonna go from there?
yeah, we done a couple lives here recently of live hive inspections. I'm sure y'all seen them. A couple few people's
Would hope you
comment and
did.
thing. Yeah, well, I hope everybody's seen them. You know, including you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Um, we was chasing swarm cells. Honestly, we was chasing. So we thought at one time. Yes, I do believe we was chasing swarm cells. We was chasing swarm cells. Y'all seen us removing cells. We actually had the queen emerge live on that one live.
Yeah.
Uh,
Three
I might
weeks
drop a
ago.
video somewhere
Three
for
weeks
y'all to
ago,
see.
huh?
Yeah, like about 3 weeks
3 weeks ago.
ago, something like that. Well, technically, we found out after that last inspection that I did live last week,
Last Sunday.
which was
Last
29th,
Sunday.
30th, something
Last
like
Sunday.
that. It was, I'm trying to give a date,
No, I get it.
Uh,
But
when we did that though,
we found what, like 11, 12
yeah,
cells
we
that we
found a lot of
just in
cells.
this.
It was in this
Yeah.
colony right here, this one right here. Um, but we was getting rid of them.
Found them in the mediums and all.
Yep, and but we was getting rid of them. But towards the end, we still didn't see our queen.
Yeah.
We was like, where's the queen?
Once we got right past the middle of the box where you
Yeah,
said she's normally at, and we still didn't
yeah,
find her, we
right,
started to get a little worried.
right in that brood circle. Right in that brood circle. It's usually a nice little uniform patch I've been seeing from her since last year, but we couldn't find her. At that time, it had been about 7 days, 7 to 14 days that I hadn't seen her because that week plus the week before I didn't see her.
Yep. Yep.
The week prior to that, me and my dad went through the box. I tried to relieve a little bit, and I took some frames from this box and I brought them over here to this box on the other side behind Drew.
Yeah, this one right here.
Yep. In that process, I think I may have killed her, or she fell out the box. She flew off
Yeah.
because
Since then,
we seen her that week or the week before that. I can't really remember. There's a video that I posted that I said, "Hey, look, I found our queen from last year. She had a green dot."
yeah, yeah.
Um, since that video, we hadn't been able to see her. I hadn't found her.
Nope.
So something happened to her when maybe I took them frames out the box and added them over here, or I don't really know. We could throw
Yeah,
ifs. We could throw ifs all over the place. We could be
we
maybe
have
this,
no
maybe
idea
that.
what happened
It is what it is. I guess it's part of the beekeeping hobby.
exactly.
It's
And being
another
as we're novice, we're still
exactly.
new.
My first year I got these, and I really didn't have to do nothing to them. I got them late in the year. I put them in
Yeah.
a box, which is these guys here,
Yep.
ladies. These ladies here.
First ones here.
Um, I put them in a box, and they continued to grow. I mean, and then through the winter, they continued to grow, and that's where we are today.
Said you had
Um,
both of these, this one and that one,
yeah, I found
through the
this one
winter.
later on, but this is our main focus at this point. But both of these are from last year,
Yeah,
technically. Um,
that's the OGs.
this has been the best hive so far. They was here first. I got them first from underneath the house. We somehow or another, maybe killed her. Um, we took some frames from here to relieve a little,
You got to
and
mind the
brought them over here.
shakiness too.
Yeah, it's windy.
It's
It's real
windy as hell
windy.
out here.
Um,
Hoping this audio picks up good.
I do believe it will. So maybe about 3 weeks ago, in total, I guess it was that I've seen her. Maybe almost a month ago.
Yeah, I say
But
closer to a month.
in this very last
The
inspection
last
that I
2 weeks
did,
though is when we really come to
is
realize that.
really didn't see her.
Yep.
But from this week to last week, so about 14 days, we didn't see her. I checked. I didn't find any new eggs. I didn't find no new brood,
Nope.
anything of that sort. So that's when I was kind of like, yeah, no, the queen's gone. So I technically, my biggest hive at this point, or my biggest colony, is queenless. That's why we've been chasing down cells.
Yeah, that's
Technically,
why
they're
we've been
not.
having so many pop up.
Apparently, they're not swarm cells. I guess they might be supersedure cells, is what you would call them.
Yeah,
Maybe
they're trying to replace their queen, and we didn't know.
yep, someone can, correct me on that. I don't
Hopefully, yeah.
mind, but they were trying to replace a queen, their queen. They were trying to replace their queen. They wasn't trying to swarm any longer. So technically, y'all also seen that virgin queen born. I
That
needed that virgin
I
queen.
said that would be why. That would be the reason as to
Yep,
why she
that's
was born.
why she was there, is because I needed that virgin queen.
Yeah, unknowingly at the time though, we didn't know that
I
we was
did I
queenless.
did the unthinkable with her. I didn't know what to do with her. I didn't know where to go with her. I don't have people in my area that I really know that do
Right?
beekeeping. I'm trying to find some people, but it's hard apparently. I talked to a few people on YouTube, that's semi close, I would love to get together with them guys that, any one of them that's kind of close to us in Southeast Louisiana, and maybe just go check out their apiaries, their
Oh,
bees,
absolutely. Just get
and
some knowledge.
yeah, just to, get some information because, like I said, it's hard for us to find people in our area with it. There is a beekeeping association. I'm trying to get with them and they some clubs. I think we're gonna try to go to one like Tuesday or Wednesday. It's like a meeting,
Yeah, because research
but
is one thing, but talking to people that actually have
yeah, in your
experience,
area is
that
another.
actually put the time in and put the sweat, all of that in, that's where the real knowledge comes in. Yeah, we can Google all we want, but to actually get hands-on experience and knowledge from somebody,
That's a lot better,
oh yeah, that's worth its weight in gold.
a lot better. So you know, then ultimately, for now, I got information off of YouTube. You know, we gonna
Use
get
what you
there though.
got.
But thankfully, I talked to Dennis, a guy named Dennis that I met on YouTube here.
Yeah, so yeah,
Um,
we've come
Dennis,
across a couple of real good guys.
he's been helping me out a good bit from afar. But he can only help so much because he's not in my area. He don't know our beats.
Right.
He don't know this, that, and
Absolutely.
another. So, and I understand that. So everything he tells me, I kind of take the information and do what I think I need to do with it. But luckily enough, it seems that this hive over here behind Drew, they producing pretty good. This one is producing pretty good. If anything, we wound up queenless here still. We could take some frames from
Take a
them,
frame out of this one, frame
and
out of
give to
that
them
one.
a frame of brood with eggs, of course. I know that they got to be fresh eggs standing up. So,
Hopefully we can luck out.
but in that last video too, when we knew we couldn't find her, we stopped removing our cells.
Yeah.
So this box actually did have 4 queen
Yeah, we
cells
wound
left
up
in it.
having 4 left that we left in there.
So we left those 4 cells in there when I realized I got through the middle of the brood chamber at the bottom, and I was like, shit. I mean, I was like,
We dumbfounded because
yeah,
we didn't know where she was at. As we was pulling the frames out, we were inspecting the frames, front
and
side, flip it around. I look at the opposite side that he just looked at. He looked at the side I just looked at. Checked inside
checking
the
each other,
box,
we
checked the
checking the
bottom,
bottom.
checked up the sides, looked at each frame that we just looked at and the one that we were about to look at. We checked them multiple
I feel
times.
like we checked and checked, and we checked twice,
just
going back in with frames and everything.
Yep. We spent
But
almost
we
an
couldn't
hour
find
checking
her.
that box looking for
So
her.
we wound up leaving 4 queen cells.
Yeah, the last 4 that we found, we wound up leaving those 4 cells in there instead of removing them like we did
This
with the
box
previous
did have
ones.
4 queen cells. From what I understand, I should have about 3 to 4 more days. So I should be looking for
Tuesday,
Tuesday or Wednesday ish.
we should have a
Tuesday or Wednesday ish.
hopefully.
A queen should be popping out. Hopefully.
We should have marked that frame that way we knew which frames the cells was on. And when you look in that box, come Tuesday, Wednesday,
We knew
you
exactly
could just go
where to
straight to those frames and see which ones they were.
Right.
But you think of after the fact.
I mean, that may have helped, but we'd still,
Hey,
if we found a queen, if we
besides
found a
the fact
cell,
we still queenless.
about to say, if we found a cell open, we'd still have to look for it.
Yeah, I mean, we did have that one cell down. We think it might just wasn't capped.
Yeah, it wasn't capped yet.
Yeah, it wasn't capped off
They had
yet.
some larvae in it, but it wasn't capped off yet.
So,
and then I seen some other ones that I believe was capped already.
Yeah.
So I'm really hoping when we get back in it, we'll really find the queen.
Hopefully.
I hope We do. That's all we can do at this point.
But
I'm
yeah,
guessing.
like like you said though, if anybody's seeing this that might have any kind of advice,
I love
something that we
information.
didn't think of or check prior to, or something we could have
Which,
done differently,
yeah, what
or
should I do different? So, like when I go inspect my hives, you know, yeah, how do we make sure we don't roll our queen,
yeah,
and we need a new queen? Like, what can we do different
like how do
to
y'all
save
take
our
care of y'all's
queen?
queens?
Yeah. So when you inspecting your hives and you
Yeah,
find your queen or whatever, like what do you do to make sure that you don't, you know,
clip her off
clip her off?
probably,
You know
and
what I'm
then
saying, or
till you're
something of
done,
that
and then
sort.
drop it back in is about the only thing I can
Right.
think of. But
Like,
at that
what
point,
do I do
with us, we
different?
were still just trying to put eyes on her.
Right. But maybe I think maybe that yeah, about almost a month ago, whenever me and my dad was in the box and I seen her. That's like the last time we seen her. So I think something happened to her there. Did I brush her off and she not fall into the box? Was she on one of the frames of brood that I was taking? And but
Yeah,
what can I have done different when I found her? What could I have done different to
yeah,
make
that's
sure?
basically where we're at now, is on the what ifs
Yeah,
and what can we do's.
yeah. So that's where we at. We kind of queenless in this hive here. Um, we're gonna get it back.
Oh, absolutely.
This will
And we
hopefully.
still got those three too
This is basically what I wanted to show
that we
with
got to
our
get.
channel as well. The struggles of that first year beekeeper.
Yeah,
When you just jump into it, we kind of got
just
thrown
got
into
happened
it.
onto us,
Yeah, because I found a hive under the house, then we found an open air hive in the bush over here, and then we caught an open air hive from a friend.
Yeah, yeah.
So we kind of got thrown into it, I guess you could say. I don't know. We accepted this though, but I wanted to
They all,
show.
all
I,
made it through the winter.
right, and I just kind of wanted to show the struggles of that first year beekeeping. I think we kind of covered everything as of now. The kind of like I guess to say where we was chasing swarm cells. Um, we're working on getting our queen back. Obviously, we have the things. We feel like we have the things in order that we need in order to have ourselves a queen,
Yeah,
right?
we'll find out in a few days how that how that's going to work out for us. If those cells hatch, and we get a productive queen out of it, that'd
Yep.
be great.
Yep.
That'd be great. That's what we need. So
We'll have
that's
to
what we hoping for.
we'll have to wait for it, obviously to go on her mating flight, things of that sort. We
Of
prepared for
course.
that. Um, and if it doesn't work out and we don't get a queen out of it, I guess we also prepared to take some brood from somewhere else. Some eggs. I mean,
Yeah.
prepared to take some eggs from somewhere else and drop them into that box, and hopefully then they can
Let's see where
create them
that
from there.
goes.
So I do feel like we in a good position. Um,
Yeah, we got a plan in. We got a plan in motion. So, like
yeah.
you said, in a good position. We got a plan in motion, and we have a backup plan in case if that one doesn't take.
So
So
we
yeah,
think.
we're about as good as we're gonna be at
Yeah.
this moment.
Um, Anybody else has any ideas? Drop them down in the comments and let us know. We open to all ideas. Obviously, we're not pros, and we're like we said before, we new at this.
Yeah.
So we like information.
All
That'd be great.
all of it.
We take advice as it comes as well. Like
Criticism as well.
we take it and we'll take that advice and we'll gather all that advice and then we'll do with that advice as we feel we need. Apply it to our special circumstance or area, whatever it may be.
Oh,
So
absolutely. Or
but
if you got an all-around solution
right,
to, no, don't do this. Here's where your problem is. This is what you need to do. If you got a situation like that to tell us about, please
yeah,
let us
that'd be
know.
cool. That'd be cool. Like it's all good, and we'll accept it for what it is.
Absolutely.
So but I think that about covers everything.
Yeah.
It should let y'all know where we are right about now, and we'll update the situation as everything comes along. Um,
Yeah,
there'll
like
be
I,
another video out about it. That's for sure.
yeah, like I said, come Tuesday, like we said earlier, come Tuesday, Wednesday, we'll find out if one of them cells in the box there, if we get a productive active queen out of one of those, and if so, we'll have a good video to post about it. And if not, then we'll have all right, here's where we go from here video to post about it.
Exactly. Exactly.
Either way it
But
goes, y'all will be updated.
yep, and we'll work on what needs to be worked on. We'll fix whatever we did wrong and whatnot, and yep, hopefully everything comes out great, and our year stays productive,
Absolutely.
and we get some honey out of this box this year because that'd be great. That'd
Yeah,
be great.
and we still, we still got other plans as well. Not necessarily with just, you know, the Queen situation, but other things as well that we're working with. So,
Yep, yep. So y'all stay tuned. Look for the updated video on this situation and any other video we're gonna drop, any live, any whatever. Y'all like, share, comment. You know, go show my man over here some love.
Roger that. So we're gonna go ahead and call that the end of this, and as we get some more information and something to let y'all know, we'll let y'all know. Yeah, Drew with doing beat things.
Lunchbox with Be For Real. Holla at y'all later. Peace.